Welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 11 of our Divergence modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall last episode, we finished getting the forestry multi-farm set up, and we got it set up to start producing fruit juice with the excess apples and everything. And if you recall, we were having a water issue, and Nova Rec BL reminded me to look into using the pump, and so we're going to do that today. And I just want to say thank you, by the way, for the comment and everything, and it's very much appreciated. So we're going to get a pump set up today over there, that way hopefully fix our water issue. And if you notice, I've got these lasers running. I've had them running for quite a while. Let me pull this up. Did it? Huh? Well, okay, I guess it's wanting to be contrary here. But yeah, if you take a block of redstone and put it in here, you can actually make these redstone crystals. Now, they do require an absolute ton of RF. It's 10 million each. The reason I have those cooking up is because hopefully next episode this will pull up. Alright. Yeah, hopefully next episode we're going to start maybe getting into robotics. If you notice, these are really expensive, mainly because of that. The diamond chipset's just a diamond and redstone, and I've actually already got those made. And then I've got some advanced tech augmentations made. I still need quite a few. I'm kind of debating right now. I really want to get jetpack going, but I also want to get into pneumaticraft. Would be really, really nice to get into. So, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Pneumaticraft only takes 15 of these and 30 of the, the original ones, whereas jetpacks take 30 of the advanced ones and 15 of the originals. So, of course, jetpacks is a little bit more expensive, but it would help me a ton building. But we're actually going to make something today after the pump. We're going to make a couple things from Botania today, and one of those will actually help us out with building this structure over here. And I'll run over here and show you what I've gotten done. I haven't really got a whole lot done on the Botania building because I've kind of been focusing my time with that, because I need to get this building built to get all that junk over there moved to where I can actually finish building the Botania building out. So it's kind of a work in progress. But if you notice, these are the roadblocks. Now, there's not a roadblock stairs. I wish it would quit hitching like that. But if you notice, you don't really lose too much speed going across them. These are just standard stone brick stairs, but these are the roadblocks. And you actually get a weight increase, or a weight, basically, it's hard to explain, but basically if your weight up there at the top right is like really high, roadblocks should reduce that. I mean, as far as the the slowness with it, you'll still have the weight, but yeah. Also, of course, you get the speed 3, which is really nice, and it's just going to help us, as far as getting between our buildings and stuff. I still have to kind of flesh out the bridge and everything, but I'll get to that before too long, hopefully. But yeah, I've started building this structure here. I think this is the design. I may end up changing this border. I don't know yet if I like it. Just kind of on the fence with it. But that's all Tyrian blocks, and then these, of course, are laboratory blocks. But and then this is from Melissa's doors. If you notice, there's actually a sensor right here on the side. Since I couldn't put it up there, but I like the shape, I just put that there on the side. And then these are iron doors, iron glass doors from Melissa's doors. So we can actually just run into this and not even open the doors manually. And these player sensors will activate, you know, when we pass through. So, and I might end up changing this to kind of have a similar shape to that side over there. Oh, it's almost night. Let me run back and sleep really quick, because I really don't want to get caught here. Oh, I need to actually, if you notice, these road blocks are actually slightly shorter than standard blocks. So I need to go back over there and, you know, later on and put like some concrete or something down so that it doesn't have that grass look underneath there. I guess I missed that when I was originally building it, so. Alright. But then I'll show you what I've been kind of working towards. If you recall, I said we're going to try to get, the reason we want to get into robotics is so that we can set up like a nice little, like small size farm for plants and stuff without just, I don't want to just do nothing but forestry farms. I could, but for a small scale farm like what I'm wanting to do in this building, forestry farms are just kind of a nuisance because you got to keep them filled with fertilizer and all that. And so what I'm thinking is we're going to use robotics. I think it'll be fun to jump into. We're going to use robotics down here. And let's see. Yeah. When we eventually, this is actually going to be a Pneumaticraft elevator. If you're not familiar with Pneumaticraft, it is one of my favorite mods, if I haven't already said so. But once we get the Pneumaticraft elevator, I think you guys are going to love it because it's a really well done elevator. Honestly, when it comes to elevators, it's by far my favorite. But we're kind of digging out in here. We're kind of digging out in here, and I was going to show you guys, the reason I left that was because if you notice there is a ton of coal down here, and so that's been helping out a lot as far as mana production. I dug out enough coal to make like 30 coal blocks or something, just digging out like this little bit, because there was like a really dense vein of coal there. So but yeah, it's still a work in progress. It's taking a little while to dig it out, and those rooms are actually going to be really big, because down there is where we're going to set up our biodiesel production for immersive engineering, and we're going to set up a biodiesel engine down there that produces a massive amount of power. And to make that, we're going to use the robots to harvest you know, like industrial hemp, and let me pull it up here. I'm thinking, let's see, yeah. What I'm leaning towards here is for the green power, the plant oil, we're going to use industrial hemp, because, you know, it's just more millibuckets per seed and everything, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. And then for the ethanol, I'm kind of leaning towards sugarcane, because we can actually set up a farm, an auto farm, that we won't even have to use robots for this. So, because basically I'm just going to set up a really nice system with conveyors from immersive engineering, and then use maybe an auto block updater or something like that, like detector, to just set it up, maybe with pistons or you know, something like that. I did think it would be kind of cool to have like a Steve's Carts factory, or a Steve's Carts cart going around and breaking the sugarcane, but to do that, to get Steve's Carts, you're going to have to get all of this, and I just haven't found enough dungeons to get into Steve's Carts yet. So so yeah, we'll probably just go with a block update detector, and we'll start jumping into that. That is probably going to be a long build. I'm thinking probably 2 episodes on that, because we're going to have to set up of course, the two different processors for the plant oil and the ethanol. Then we're also going to have to set up this refinery, and then of course all the farms and robotics and everything that go into it. And then let's see, then of course we're going to have to set up this diesel generator. So those are also very, very expensive, and yeah, so but we'll look into that more later on. I've just got that stuff cooking for the robotics. So anyway, but let's get into what we're going to start working on today. The first thing that we're going to jump into is, let me put this in here. We're going to make a pump from Buildcraft. And these aren't too bad to make. Just 4 iron, a couple tanks, a bucket, and then an iron gear. Oops. Which of course we can just run that through over there. And if you notice, I actually just got back from the nether and I finally found a nether fortress. So I got us some blaze rods, we got some gas tiers, some nether wart, and I did find quite a bit of ardite and cobalt. So I'll probably get to cooking that up later on, and get us some new tools and stuff from that. So it did take quite a while, and the nether fortress that I ended up finding was actually buried under netherrack. So oh, I had iron gears made. Whoops. Anyway, it was buried under netherrack, so I missed it the first time, and then when I was coming back through the nether to get back home, I noticed it, you know, from that other angle there, and yeah, so whoops. Oh yeah, we need a bucket. I've got a bucket. I'll just make a new one after this. Redstone, bucket, and then iron. And that is going to get us the pump. And I've got some redstone engines here. And yeah, we'll need actually a little bit of cobblestone. And some sticks, but I can get some sticks over here. So this thing has actually almost filled up the barrel that I have set up to store the wood, so we might actually upgrade that. This hasn't made a ton of fruit juice. If you notice, it's made almost 11 buckets. You know, it's not something that is going to generate just super fast. Oh yeah, that's an issue. That's one thing I don't like about Buildcraft pipes. We could actually set up gates, which we might. I don't know if we'll get into that this episode. We might. I need help from under here. But you can actually set up Buildcraft gates and get that to shut off on its own. We might set that up this episode. Like I said, it just depends on how long it takes us to get the rest of this set up. So we'll see. Alright, let's make a couple levers here. And then what we want to do to set up this pump is, let me actually dig up one higher. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set it up above the water line. So we'll put it right here. And then we'll put our redstone engines. Now you see that nozzle there is dropping down. Basically it's gonna get into the water there where it can pump out the water then. And now it's done. Which you don't have to wait for that to finish. I was just kind of showing you guys. But anyway, we'll set this up with just 3 redstone engines. This is actually the only machine in Buildcraft that you can power with just, you know, redstone engines like this, because it doesn't actually require a whole lot of power. And then we'll go ahead and set up fluid pipes here, and this machine can actually just output to the fluid pipes, if you notice, without a wooden transfer or anything. So we don't have to worry about any of that. And then for right now, I'll actually probably disassemble these water tanks. I'll do that off camera, and we'll just move them back above ground there. But yeah. And so now we've actually got, oh, whoops, wrong spot there. Anyway, we've got quite a bit better, water production with just that over the water tanks. So this should actually keep, yeah, if you notice, we're coming out positive on water right now, so it should be able to run pretty consistently. Now, I did shut off the pump that pumps out of it for now, but this will still fill up the internal buffer here, and then it'll stop. So like I said, we'll probably set up some pipes or some redstone gates from Buildcraft, so that way it'll tell it, like, if this, say this is full or something. This one will probably be our main concern for right now. Yeah. Basically, we'll set it up to say, like, if this is full, don't output anymore, and then we can eventually set it up so that if any of that's full. But I don't know. We'll see. I may just upgrade the barrel for now, because we're not going to keep this farm here. Hopefully, not for too much longer. But I'll see. Like I said, I may make some upgrades this episode and go over those as far as the storage drawers go, since Java's not in this pack. Generally, for something like that, I would use Java. Now, for like an auto sorting and storage system, I would normally use storage drawers. But yeah. So, oh, we got our first redstone crystal done, so that's a step forward there. Now, the next thing we're going to do, one of the reasons I was spending so long in the nether today, is we're going to make something that'll make our lives a whole lot easier. Since we're pretty set on Botania as far as mana generation and stuff, we're going to make an alchemy catalyst. And I've got a couple ender pearls here. Let me go change these over to mana pearls. And oh wait, actually, and once again, I've been running this thing pretty much non-stop to get us a bunch of mana generated. So we'll get a couple mana pearls there. And eventually, ideally, I'd like to have these four full, so you could just come here and, basically keep the mana built up and stockpiled. Oh, and this here, I did manage to get potato seeds, and I managed to breed sugarcane seeds with the carrots and the wheat seeds. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put down a couple crop sticks, because I'm wanting to breed the potatoes and the carrots. Because if I remember correctly, that makes poppy seeds. Anyhow, always takes quite a while when I'm recording. Sorry about that. Or no, it's the pumpkin seeds. That's right. So we're trying to get into the pumpkin seeds, since I haven't really found any pumpkins that I can think of. Anyway, so let's get into the alchemy catalyst. And yeah, if you notice, we're going to need brewing stands. These are pretty easy, just cobblestone or unstable cobble. Let me actually grab some of that here. And yeah, 6 will be good. And we'll just throw these down here. Of course, this is just a vanilla recipe, so nothing too crazy there. There we go. And then you're just going to take gold, mana pearl, living rock, set them up in this configuration here. Your brewing stand's there, your mana pearl, and then your gold. And that's going to get you the alchemy catalyst. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it's a really, really nice block. I'm actually planning on setting up our alchemy setup right here. Now, if you notice, I'm not going to be able to put the mana spreader and connect it up to, you know, this mana pool. So, what I think we're going to do, actually, is, let's see, we're going to start getting into lenses. So, there's actually a lot of lenses from Botania. I'll pull the thing up here really, really quick. Let's see. But yeah, if you notice, there's all different kinds in here. There's like 10 or something. Like the bounce lens lets it bounce off of solid blocks. Efficiency lens decreases the amount of time it takes for it to start losing its mana, but when it does happen, it loses it at a slower rate than normal. Resistance, it can go longer without losing mana, and so on. There's a bunch in here. If you notice, there's 36 pages covering mana lenses. But the one that we're going to get, and one of my personal favorite mana lenses, is, let's see, I must have already passed it. Yeah, okay. Right here, the Phantom Lens. And basically, it just takes a mana lens and an abstruse platform. And what that's going to do, it's going to decrease the amount of time that it takes for the mana burst to start losing its mana. So you don't want to use it for like long distances, but it can actually travel through blocks. So it's very, very, very nice. So let me see here. We'll just pull it up in NEI. So to get started, you're going to want to make just a standard mana lens, which is just 4 mana steel around a glass pane. Tell you what, I forgot the mana steel over here. Alright, we'll just grab that for now. I need to make more of that, actually. And I know I've got some glass panes right here. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is, of course, just set that up like that. And the abstruse platform is just going to take you 2 frame living wood, pattern framed, and then 2 standard with a mana pearl. So, and you'll actually get 2 of them. So let me grab this and we'll run over here and use our handy super crafting frames. And oh, whoops! Tell you what, I'm out of inventory space here. I'm bad about setting like this storage expansion up, but not really. I don't do the best about upkeeping and adding on to it, and I need to do that actually between this episode and next. I really want to get us into storage drawers once we get a place set up for it, but you know, we had the issue before with the controller not wanting to oh whoops, I got that all backwards. I think it's okay, let's see here. I believe it's like this. No, I had it right the first time. Okay, sorry about that. No, I didn't. I lied. What am I doing wrong here? Let me see. Abstruse platform. Oh, I'm using living wood planks instead of actual living wood. So, we've got that set up, right? It's framed, and then patterned there in the middle, then the mana pearl. But you need actual living wood and not living wood planks, so that's my bad. Let's see, do I have any living wood made up? No, but I had some pattern frame right there. Okay, let me make a little bit of living wood here really quick. Sorry about that. And I'll actually just go ahead and make a bunch. Alright, because now that we have you know, that wood farm set up, we don't have to be really too sparing with wood. So, and we'll give this just a second. And figured it would be done by now. Actually, let me see something here. Oh, I do have something. Never mind. I was going to make a name tag because they're actually craftable in this pack, and I was going to name my dog, but then I was like, oh, I don't think I have any slime balls, but sure enough I do. So it's just string, slime ball, and paper. But anyway, sorry about that wait there. And this will get us the Abstruse platform, and then all you gotta do is combine it with the mana lens, and that's going to get you the phantom mana lens. So we'll run down here, and there we go. And we'll put this thing onto the and by the way, if you're wondering why this is running, I actually had turned that one on accident earlier because I was messing with it, and then it just kind of built up like a big stockpile here that I had to work through. Oh, I'm at the wrong spot there. So basically, you're just going to right click this on there, and if you notice, it goes on the front there. And now if we get our Wand of the Forest out and we connect it to this mana pool, see, it's going to start firing up through that. And we're actually getting mana into the mana pool, even though that Alchemy Catalyst is in the way. Because one thing that I hate with Botania setups a lot of times, granted it works for like early game Botania setups, but if you haven't already guessed, I'm pretty bad about, like, if I set up something, I want to go ahead and set it up for the long term usually. So that's why I'd go ahead and just try to get into actually building you know, bigger structures instead of just like cobblestone shack and call it a day, you know, starting out. So it does take a little bit longer to get everything situated, but I don't know, I just don't like to just keep rebuilding buildings and all that stuff. So and I try to avoid, you know, just the natural oh, what's it called, like a wild build or whatever, where it just kind of just takes shape as it will, as your needs justify it. But anyway, this Alchemy Catalyst, oh, but what I was saying is I don't really like a bunch of like mana spreaders above ground and shooting mana everywhere and stuff. I like having it, you know, just the mana pools coming up for the most part, and then the mana spreaders all under the ground there. So, but this Alchemy Catalyst is really nice. So, for example, if you recall, like, to get leather, we have to get rawhide and then put it on the tanning rack and then tan it and all that. Or now we can just take you know, zombie flesh, rotten flesh here, throw it in the Alchemy Catalyst, and we have leather. It makes your life a whole lot easier for stuff like that. And let's see. Yeah, if you notice, there's 100 different recipes here. Like, you can get the motif flowers. Actually, let's start from the back because it's going to be a lot of flowers there. But you can change some of your bees over, peonies to dandelions. There's a lot of different flowers here that you can just change over. Dead bushes into grass, ferns into dead bushes, diorite into granite, basalt into diorite. So you can actually change up, you know, all your, you know, different like Botania mine blocks. You can turn stone right into andesite, nether quartz into those prismarine shards that we'll probably end up building with later on, dirt into coarse dirt, bricks back into, you know, the 4 bricks there, clay into 4, hardened clay into red sand, cobblestone into sand, redstone into glowstone. That's actually a really nice one. Gas tears into ender pearls, slime balls into cactus, which we will probably use that to get us some cactus. Black wool into string. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here. Oh, book and quill into a name tag. That's kind of nice. Flint into gunpowder is another really good one. Blaze rods into nether wart. Poisonous potatoes into potatoes. Pumpkin seeds into cocoa seeds. That's a really nice one, especially if you can't find a jungle, because I haven't really found one. Melon into pumpkin, carrot into melon. And see, we'll actually be able to jumpstart our seeds this way too. Just kind of another reason I wanted to get into it, because it would just make that a whole lot easier. That's for once we get into like the elven stuff. Let's see. But yeah, so different wood types. Let me see here. Actually, this we'll probably end up using here pretty soon, because we're going to start getting into making rods from Botania. And that's the next thing I want to do today. I kind of wanted to show you the alchemy catalyst and get that set up. And then if you notice, that room has our runic altar, our alchemy catalyst, and then right here is actually going to go our conjuration catalyst, which we'll get into that later on once we, you know, get to where we can actually get that built. So but the next thing we're going to get into is rods from Botania. There's one in particular that would really make our life quite a bit easier. Right here, this Rod of the Skies. So to make this, we're going to need a Rune of Air, which I don't know if I have any of those made up. I was thinking I had one of those. Did I use it on something? Maybe so. Well, we'll just make another one. That's not a problem. Mana powder, mana steel, carpet, feather, and string. I need to put some of this junk up, actually. Okay. And wait, I didn't mean to drop that. Let's see, we've got mana powder. String is not a problem. A feather. I remember I went out and found some chickens a while back. We've got carpet. Okay, and we've got a feather. Oh, but we only have one feather. Shoot. Okay, I may have to actually cut in a second. Yeah. I'll have to see if I can find a chicken. Shouldn't take too long, but... So anyway, we'll go ahead and get the rune made. You know what I did forget, though, was living rock. But we'll go grab that really, really quick. And this Rod of the Skies is... you'll notice here in just a moment... Let's see. Do I have any living rock left? No. Okay. Let me grab a little bit of stone here. I've had these things running like constantly because we've been using so much stone. Of course, Tyrian blocks and also the laboratory blocks both take quite a bit of stone, so been using that up quite quickly. Yeah, we've got some chicken still over here. Alright. And we'll just not get any feathers. That's cool. How do you kill a chicken and not manage to get any feathers? There was a lot more chickens over here, but I'm pretty sure that that killed them all. And that's just a baby. Okay, he didn't drop any. I tell you what, I'm going to cut camera for a second. I'll be back once we manage to find a feather. I ended up having to kill 3 chickens to finally get a feather. But funny story. So right over there, right behind the building there, is actually a patch of pumpkins. I hadn't found any this whole time, and yeah, there's some right over there. Oh wait. Okay, I give up. I have pumpkin seeds already too. I guess I got those from one of the mine shafts. So yeah, so I'll get the Buildcraft area set up here between next episode to start doing that, and we'll start getting into poppies and stuff, and hopefully before long start getting into ore and everything. But it does take quite a while to get them bred, and you got to watch them because of the weeds and everything, and it's just kind of a nuisance. But we'll throw that on there, get our rune of air. And then really quickly also, let's set this up so the mana pool gives to items, because we're going to want to fill up our mana tablet for this. So we'll let that do its thing for a second. And now, let's see. Yeah, we just need a living wood twig, which, if you don't recall, those are just... Oh, I don't have my speed boost and stuff now because I don't have mana. Just like that. Put our rune of air and our... Oh, backwards. Rune of air and our feather there. And that gets us the Rod of the Skies. And I'll show you what that does. This is very nice. If you're not familiar with it, basically, as long as you have mana, you can hold right click and, you know, kind of ascend there, so you can use it to get on top of like buildings and stuff. And this way we can it'll actually help a ton. That way, instead of having to pillar up to, you know, to get on top of this building, because it is really tall, like this one, of course, I can just use the long sword. Well, over there, I can use the long sword and just get on top of it. But this one's been a pain lately, because I just have to use like dirt or something to pillar up it. But now, of course, we can use this Rod of the Skies and just get up here this way. And it definitely helps if you're trying to build something that's, you know, kind of bigger, and you know, you want to get on top of it without having to pillar up every time. There are some more rods that I want to get into before too long. Let's see. Which one is it? Is it Shifting Crust? I think it is. If you're familiar with Buildcraft, it works a lot like the wand focus. No, is it? No. Okay. That oh, I can't think of what the name of it is, but it changes, like, exchanges items. No, not that one. This one's actually really nice because it shows like ore and stuff in the area, but it does require a decent amount of mana. So let's see. Yeah, Shifting Crust is the one. Basically, you can set it up to say like dirt block, and you select dirt block, and then you can go. It's really nice in the nether to get glowstone, because, you know, if we just mine it, we're only going to get about 3 glowstone, but we can use that rod and set it up to exchange the glowstone with dirt, and then just get, you know, the glowstone block and put it into the alchemy catalyst and get 4 glowstone out of it. So it would actually help us to get a bit more glowstone, you know, whenever we're mining and stuff. So to make that one, let's see, the shifting crust, we're going to need a rune of sloth, which is kind of expensive as far as runes go, because you're going to need the rune of autumn's not too bad, but it does require rune of fire and rune of air, and then of course just another rune of air. It's not too bad, but I may make that. I'll probably make it off camera, since I've kind of shown you how to make the rods. The future ones I'll probably make off camera and then just show them to you once I get them made. But yeah, so this actually prevents fall damage too, so it's really nice to keep on hand just in case. And then it's kind of easy to keep your mana up, because of course we have this band of aura here. So but yeah, so I think I'm going to call the episode there. Actually, I'll tell you what, before we do, storage drawers. So let's make a couple upgrades here really fast. I don't think I actually have emeralds. No. Okay. So we'll probably make it with the obsidian recipe, because obsidian's not too bad to get at this point. Basically, to do this, did I make upgrade templates before? I don't think I did. Anyway, you'll need to make upgrade template. Just basically any kind of drawer with sticks around it will do the trick. So let's just go over here and do this. We'll just make a few drawers, and I probably should have made planks first. Okay. And we want, wait a second. Okay, yeah. To get some slabs here. And my inventory is terrible, like at all times. Terrible inventory. So, then we'll need to get some sticks. Oops. And then just surround, one of these drawers with sticks, and that's going to get you 2 upgrade templates for each one. And then let me go grab 4 pieces of obsidian here. And what you can do is put them in there like that, sticks there, and then your upgrade template, that's going to get you this storage upgrade. And like this one does 5 times the base value. The emerald one does 13 times. And that is one thing I really like about storage drawers in comparison to the Java barrels, is Java barrels, if you're familiar with them, upgrading those is just a very convoluted process, and I hate making those upgrades, because it's like I gotta make a bunch of fences and all this, different stuff. Well, the storage drawers, what you can do is you can just shift right click into them and see, like right now we have 1024 wood. That is the maximum that we're gonna be able to hold. This thing holds 32 stacks, and of course the stacks in this pack for oak wood is limited to 32. So, but we can put this in there, and now we can hold 5 times, so 160 stacks of wood that we can hold just by putting that in there. And what we can do is we can actually put more upgrades in here. So we could just put, say 5 emerald upgrades. There's really, you're not limited to just, one of a specific upgrade. So we could just put 5 emerald upgrades. There's also void upgrades. These show like, you know, how full it is. The void one, by the way, is crafted like that. Let's see, redstone upgrades, so that it can emit a redstone signal and whatnot. So but with that, of course, now we can hold 5 times the amount of stacks, so might as well turn this thing on and get it running again. But like I said, maybe later on we'll set this up with gates, probably once we get it moved, I think, because right now I don't mind just manually toggling it off, but once we get the farm moved and actually set up in more of a permanent spot, we'll probably set it up with the Buildcraft gates so that that engine will just shut off depending on the fill levels and stuff. So but yeah, so I guess I'm gonna call the episode there. Also, as a side note, if you were trying to subscribe with the annotations previously, Novarec PL said that he wasn't able to. It was, you know, giving him an error, and if that was happening to you, I did go back and fix that for the majority of my episodes. I went quite a ways back. I think I did like 30 videos or 40 videos or something like that, across all my different series and everything. But if you were trying to subscribe for that, I apologize. I had the I misunderstood how you put that in, because you have to put in like your it reads, you have to put in like your YouTube username, and I took that as, okay, I just put into Asgaard, but it's actually like a series of just convoluted letters and stuff. So but I did get that fixed. So once again, I want to say thank you to Novarec for bringing that to my attention, and also for the comment and everything, and the suggestion. So but yeah, so now if you try to subscribe with the annotations, that will work. So I just wanted to let you guys know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please comment, like, subscribe, share. And like I said, next episode, I'm hoping to get us, you know, maybe into a little bit of BC robotics, and kind of show you guys that, because it's a really, really cool mod. It is kind of confusing to get into at first. You know, if you're not familiar with it, it's kind of like Thaumcraft golems, but one reason I want to use it over there is because you know, that's a tech area, so I want to use tech-based things. So I think robots would look a lot better. We'll probably use robots and then drones from Pneumaticraft for our tech side, and then over here we'll probably use the Thaumcraft golems and whatnot once we get into that. So but yeah, so if you enjoyed it, as always, please comment, like, subscribe, share, and I hope to see you next episode. So until then, take care, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.